Hello everybody, Factosaurus here, and welcome back to episode 2 of Jurassic Oasis. Today we're going to build our grand entrance into the rest of the park, with that being a massive herbivore enclosure. So I want down the middle to have this like massive river, which is what I'm carving out right here. Just the basic outline, and then now here I am adding water. Want to have this big like sort of watering hole at the end as well, and then here I am just smoothing out the terrain to make it feel more natural and easier for the dinosaurs to actually go down into. Then of course we have to construct the perimeter fences. I thought about using invisible fence, but realistically that wouldn't be there. They'd have an actual fence outline, so that's why I put that there. Just removing the excess foliage from the entrance, and now it's time to do some rock work. This episode has quite a bit of rock work in it, probably the most I've ever done in this game. I have 3 major rock formations throughout this habitat, and I think they all look pretty good. So starting off here, I kind of wanted to make it sort of feel like this water was coming from somewhere. Obviously we don't have like pipes that you can use like for flowing water. Maybe add that in Evolution 3. You know, like what we see in the original movie when they fall into the pit of the T-Rex enclosure. Anyway. Yeah, I just put down an absolute ton of rocks, and then in just a second here, here we go, yep, I'll be adding some foliage as well to really make it feel natural. I didn't leave a whole lot of space for the foliage, so that's a little bit unfortunate. Also, as I said in the last episode, I'm not all too great with I cannot talk. I'm not all that great with individually placeable trees, so yeah. I think, once again, this turned out way better than I thought it was going to be, or maybe I'm just giving myself too much credit, and it still really does look pretty bad. You guys could be the judge on that. Yeah, just putting bushes and trees wherever I can to make it feel more alive. Oh yeah, by the way, since I'm doing this and really have nothing else to add, Jurassic Canon King. I watched your birthday stream a little bit through, and I saw that you are also planning to do a desert park. I swear I didn't copy you. I just figured this out, so I'm sorry about that we both had the same idea. I'm excited to see how yours turns out, by the way. Anyway, on to the second rock formation. I kind of wanted to have this like kind of little dam where like it's a bit harder for the water to get in, and that's why there's this big watering hole at the end with like, I would imagine it's more still water, not running water like it would be throughout the rest of this. So yeah, just decided to make this little pinch off right here and like a little dam of rocks. And then here comes the most rock work I've ever done in this game throughout my hundreds of hours. I actually don't know my exact time. If I had to guess, I'd say around 400, 500 hours in this game. Maybe closing in on 600. But yeah. It's really hard to narrate when all you're doing is just placing a bunch of rocks everywhere. I guess I could explain how I do rock formations in this game. So yeah, I just put down all the larger rocks first, and then I transfer down into smaller ones throughout the edges as I go. I create a basic outline with the bigger ones, and then just place all the tiny rocks all around it. I do break this rule a little bit, like when I notice like I have this massive gap that I want to fill, I'll put in, like right there, I'll put in another large rock. But yeah, that's basically how I do it. But yeah, as you can see here, this is definitely the most rock work I've ever done in this game. It's quite a lot. I'm surprised I actually built this all in one sitting. Like, I do not normally have that patience, but you know, for this game I can tolerate it. So yeah, right now it's just me putting a bunch of the very tiny rocks into the little gaps in between. So yeah, I should be finishing up the tiny rock placement in just a second. I think I do actually place just a bit more big rocks? Oh, no, never mind. So yeah, around the edges of both this watering hole and the lake, I wanted to put some of the more lush green stuff. So ginkgos and whatever, there we go, seed plants. The ginkgos and the seed plants, I wanted to put those around the water's edge since, you know, there's actually something to hydrate the plants, so I can have a lot of greenery while I'm in there. And then this rest part, I just kind of wanted to make it more of like a wasteland. I did still want trees though, because I think having foliage looks nice. So I found out about these little palm tree type things, and I'm using those. Then of course some stuff for the herbivores to graze on. And I believe I put in some, yep, here we are. Alright, I'm gonna put in a couple logs everywhere. The logs look really nice in the desert biome, so, you know, it's nice to be able to place those everywhere without it looking weird. And then of course I wanted to put some of the poop piles, because realistically, if you have a bunch of herbivores all in one enclosure, there's gonna be quite a bit of poop piles. And then just putting the foliage back in where the decorations deleted it. I wanted to put a bit of cactuses around as well, to make it really feel like a desert. And one last thing is to add the one and only monorail. Yep, so monorail is going to take you right down the river and then out into the rest of the park. And that's the build. Here's some cinematics for you. Get a great view of every dinosaur that I put in here. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I can't wait to see you next week for episode 3, where hopefully we will be building a main street. So enjoy the cinematics once again, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.